How are we doing? Happy Thursday Eve, as Wes likes to say. Friday Eve. It is Thursday. It's not Friday Eve. Or it is... Jeez Louise, man. Oh, wow. My bald spot from where I burnt is really showing up nicely.
That's a nice reflection.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm kind of shiny. It's like 800 degrees up there. Let me tone that down. Powder gal? Come over here and powder me. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Oh, and when you can look at yourself fake powdering, yeah, that's noticeable.
It is.
So for those that are watching that don't know,
more than me, look. See,
yeah, right.
Wow.
Look at that. Well, it's my bad angle, Wes. We got to switch. No, I'll give everyone an update on the when I intro here. So we'll get ready to rock and roll. You ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is Kinetic Chaos Podcast number 67. I am your host, Will, joined as always by my good friend Wes.
Right here I am.
To my left, in the sub we are, the secret underground bunker is on fire, and that's for you, Tia. Today, this evening, what is it, December 13th, Thursday, as we record. Yep. You guys will be listening to this on Friday on the podcast channel. Those that are joining us at home on the Facebook, I was just mentioning as I pulled up the monitor to watch the feed that this patch of hair that I'm missing in the front of my head is quite noticeable now that I've gotten a haircut yesterday, and that was, I would have to say that would almost be my good thing that happened to me since the last time, is the look on my barber's face when she saw that. Because the hair still was burnt looking. Wow. Yeah, and I mean, it's crispy.
The backdraft bald spot?
Exactly, the backdraft bald spot. Yes, exactly right. And so she's like, "What did you do? Did you burn?" I said, "Yes, I opened up the door on the what the hell is that thing called? Fire. No, it's a wood stove.
Oh, yeah,
anyway, and so yeah, backdrafted, and it shot up into my hair. Of course, I've got product in it, and which did not. I guess that's
Michael Jackson all over exactly. The Pepsi commercial.
I guess that's an accelerant of some sort in my hair, and so it clipped me good, burnt my eyebrow, got my unibrow taken care of for me. So if you ever need to have your unibrow removed, come on over. You just stick your head in front of the fireplace or the wood stove, and then in the front, like right dang near in the middle, like a reverse mohawk, and then off to the side. And so I think she probably laughed or something of that nature 3 to 5 times. It was pretty dang enjoyable for her, I guess. So yeah, and I have had some fun at my own expense. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna actually type something here real quick. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to use that. I'm going to lead off with something that good happened to me. What is going on with you?
With me is that the weekend is almost here.
Right? We just went over that.
Close to completing my first week at my new position, learning tons of stuff, lots of new stuff, lots of whatever. So
lots of whatever.
So it's like drinking from a fire hose. So I'm
that's what you mentioned. What just a lot of information for you, or what?
Yeah, actually culling all the reports that are coming from the bank. I used to see those on the back end, and now I'm responsible for actually going out there.
You just set me up, man. You knew that was coming.
Now I'm responsible for going out there and actually pulling those reports and getting those all formulated, and there's spreadsheets galore and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's right.
I've never had to deal with before. So.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's just wrapping my head around all of it. So I'm sure
got a lot of heads, so it
shouldn't be too much of a problem. So. But yeah, I think in a week or two I'll be good to go. So it's just now the learning curve.
Just and I haven't asked these questions. I kind of saved it for the show, but. Do you have one person that you're working with, or is it your former supervisor? Who's training you, or how does this work?
Yeah, kind of on the fly. My former supervisor transferred to a different department. It was a lateral move. So I kind of worked with her last week in the position. So I did some part-time training with her. Mm-hmm. But other than that, the person that's basically training me now is my boss, the department head. So
yeah. Very nice. So you... how much of the job do you think you have gone over yet? You gone 50% of the job?
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot more to come, because there's actually some new stuff they're going to be introducing that we haven't yet period we've never done before that they're going to start rolling out. So
I guess hey, it's good to catch it on the front side.
Exactly right. At least I'm on the leading edge of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, very nice. So you've got a little bit longer hours. So that's
1 hour longer. So 9 hour days instead of 8. But that's all right. No big deal.
But like you said earlier when we were talking before we went on, it's nice to be busy.
Yeah,
that clip that you're moving along,
man.
and I mean, I know it can get a little harried at times, but it's one of those things where I would much rather be rocking and rolling the entire time than to have their, twiddling your thumbs texting me.
Exactly. Yep.
No, I'm joking. Anyone that works at Peace Health, I didn't say that. Hey, let me pull my notes up here so we can actually see what we're doing. Well, we do have a good news story here, and that is a rather fun story in that the cops responded to a noise complaint, and they ended up playing video games with the complainants.
Yeah, so somebody called the cops on some guys making too much noise in their apartment, and this was in Minneapolis. And so the cops showed up and knocked on the door and found out it was just a couple guys in their early 20s drinking beers and playing video games. And so the cops were talking to him and asking him what they were doing, and the kid, named off whatever video game it was, and the cop's like, "Oh, what's that? I've never heard of that before." And the kid's like, "You want to come on in and check it out?" They're like, "Yeah." So the cops come inside.
No way.
And there's pictures. So the kid was like taking pictures of the cops.
Posting it on IG right away.
Right, yep. And so the cops are sitting there in the living room with the kids playing video games.
Really?
It's really awesome. Yeah.
Probably not drinking beer. I wonder how that goes over with their superiors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good community policing.
It is. There's nothing wrong with that every once in a while. And I wonder what the noise complaint was. Was it like Fortnite and they were yelling and throwing their remote controls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing the hype with the cops. I don't know how to do the hype, but if I did, it probably wouldn't look anything like that. Well, we got the hot sheet here. Of course, we're doing the fun freestyle for your Friday. That's the triple F for you.
There it is.
But we got a quick run through some of these stories, which we want to mention. Do we want to go over anything that we talked about right before we went on?
Yeah, that is news is breaking. In my new job now, I don't have as much time to peruse the newswire as I did before.
Produce the show?
Yeah, so I saw some news just before I left work this afternoon that there's some federal prosecutors now looking into the possibility that Trump misused some funds during the inauguration, and this was uncovered based on all the documents they had seized from his former attorney Michael Cohen, who just also got sentenced to 3 years in the slammer yesterday. So I
thought it was a little bit light. I didn't. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The one thing that is really, actually, to go back to the inauguration, the irony of the fact that he overspent or took money out for the biggest inauguration in the history of all inaugurations is kind of funny. But it's like you had half the people you said you had. But anyway. But no, what is her, Maria Butina, whatever, the Russian, the spy lady that's not a spy?
Yeah.
That she's conspiring against the United States, but she's not a spy. Right. So I think she got tuned up for 3 years as well. 3 or 5.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But that's that whole international espionage, love triangles, and all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, this is what the books are written about.
Oh, and side note, side tangent, Stormy Daniels.
She got ordered to repay a bunch of money, didn't she?
The federal judge ruled that her defamation suit was BS.
Bunk, yeah.
And so she has to pay Trump's legal fees, which was like $296,000.
Yeah, and they were tuning in at like $800 an hour or something. I'm like, oh my goodness! And she was trying to lay the blame on Avenatti, wasn't she? For wanting to move forward with the lawsuit anyway. Of course, that's what happens after it gets thrown out.
Yep.
I'm not paying that. I don't have the money. What happened to the $125,000 you got?
There you go.
So the first one here is that terrible terror attack over there in France. 13 people.
3 dead, 13 wounded at last check. The killer, and this is actually an update from when I wrote the show notes last night, because on my lunch break I caught some news headlines. They actually found the killer dead. I don't know if that means he committed suicide or if he was killed by authorities, but it was just a quick headline I saw. So originally the killer had escaped after doing the shooting yesterday. It was at a popular Christmas market in Strasbourg, France. He was a known guy on a terror watch list over there. He's 29 years old.
Enemy of the state is, I believe, what they call him.
Yeah, exactly. He was shot by police during this altercation, but just slightly wounded, or maybe he bled out for that matter. Now that he's been found dead, I don't know what the story is behind that. But at the time, he was shot and wounded and was able to get to a taxi and carjack a taxi and take off. Oh. And the cops lost him at that point. And that was yesterday. But as I said, the update this afternoon is they did find him dead.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's just we don't want anyone out there that could be causing more problems and things like that. I saw that earlier, and it's just one of those things that, as much as we hate to see it, this is what is kind of sad, was the coverage that I was watching was overshadowing that for this Trump crap. I mean, it was. I think I saw it on CNN or something, and it was amazing the time and resources they were giving towards the Cohen situation and the Maria Butina or whatever. I can't remember how to pronounce.
Everybody loves a dog pile on that stuff.
Oh,
every chance they get,
boy, howdy. Well, it's just rating gold, I can imagine, as we sit here on a show talking about it, right? Yeah, well, the number 2 in the hot sheet is John Kelly is leaving the chief of staff position at the White House, and it's kind of like a giant toilet bowl behind him, it seems like.
Yeah, because so next guy in line was rumored to be Pence's chief of staff, and Trump actually reportedly reached out to him and offered him the job, and he declined, saying that he also is going to leave at the end of the year, resign as Pence's chief of staff, because he wants to go home and spend more time with his family. I think he's really young. He's like 35.
He was pretty young.
And he's got young triplets. So
can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know what you're getting into, though. I mean, when you're the chief of staff for the vice president, that would, I would imagine you knew that you were going to be fairly busy.
I would think so.
Well, what does the chief of staff of the vice president do?
Supposedly, they're supposed to be a liaison between the subject, either the president or vice president, and everybody else. Like basically almost like a secretary, a personal assistant, make sure their day is organized. Anybody that has any requests, it all comes through you. So you're basically the go-between, the liaison between the president or vice president, as it were, and everybody else.
I cannot see John Kelly being a good, I think he's more of a keep the cats herded up as much as possible, because that's what his strength would be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
But as is it Ayers with the guy's name?
Yeah, I didn't write that down, but yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, and that's, it's kind of a thankless job, though. You're the vice president. I mean, so you don't get top billing. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, you got to go somewhere. And I guess you're the second highest or second biggest chief of staff in the nation. So number 3 here is we continue with the Trump talk. He is considering replacing Mike Pence on the 2020 ticket.
Yeah, so this was rumors.
Reba McEntire, I bet.
Yeah, this was rumors. These were rumors that swirled about last week. According to unnamed inside sources, that Trump met with some close personal allies and advisors and discussed replacing Pence on the ticket for the re-election bid in 2020. The thought process behind that is that he first wanted Pence on the ticket back in 2016 to capture the evangelical base, because Sean there you go,
Sean Kemp for
2020. Pence is known as
his cabinet will be all his children.
Yeah, that's right. Pence is known as being a devout religious guy, but they figure now, as time's gone on, that basically Trump has captured the evangelical crowd himself. He doesn't need Pence's help, so to speak. So Pence doesn't add any diversity to the ticket.
So that's why Sean Kemp is coming.
Yeah, there you go. So the rumor is that he would jettison Pence and select somebody else, and one of the conspiracy theories is that it may be Nikki Haley, and that is why she left the UN, is because she wanted to get away from the spotlight, kind of
chill out a little bit,
and then come in guns a-blazing for 2020. So we'll see if that in fact is the case, or whether or not it was just a rumor. But it is interesting, because then obviously you could capture. Theoretically, you could capture the female and the minority crowd if you had Nikki Haley on the ticket. Obviously, that's the angle that they would look to pursue if that's the case. So
I don't know that she would want to hitch her wagon there.
Yeah, it's risky. Because, she supposedly, a lot of insiders also think she has presidential aspirations. So whether or not
24, right?
Whether or not she could use this as a springboard from being Veep to vice president, or like you're saying, could it cause her some damage to where she wouldn't be electable in 2024. So it's a balancing act.
Now the integrity issue there is the big thing. Is
right.
What happens because as we see in the news cycle, it's the Trump cycle. It's not a news cycle; it's a Trump cycle. Right. And so, does she want to have to go through that washing machine every day? Pence has done a pretty good job of keeping himself away, but it just there's constantly an attack. And it may not have anything to do with Trump whatsoever. It's just they keep his name alive, and he is. For one thing, he is good. Thanks, Jay. Yes, I am ready to rock and roll, brother. Totally jammed up my thought process. Well done, Martel.
Way to go, Martel. Yeah.
Way to go. So we'll just keep on moving. Jeez Louise. Well, this story is very unfortunate. With a training mishap off the coast of Japan has claimed the lives of 3 Marines.
Actually, it's gonna be 5.
5?
Yeah.
Sorry,
so it was.
I didn't read. Again, that's Martel's fault.
So what it was is a F-18 Hornet and a KC-135 fuel tanker. I take that back. I think it was the 5 were recently declared dead, so it's a total of 6 deceased because on the initial mishap, they recovered the pilot and co-pilot of the F-18, one of whom was deceased when they got him in the water, and they never found the KC-135 tanker, which had 5 Marines on board.
Yeah, because the search was going until yesterday?
Yeah, so it was a 5-day search. They found no trace of it whatsoever, so they have now suspended the search and declared them dead.
Wow.
5 Marines aboard the KC-135 have been declared dead, plus one of the pilots on the F-18 as well. So a total of 6 casualties.
Well, we've had issues over there for the last month or so. We had another F-18 go down.
There's been some mishaps over off the coast. Yeah.
Was it a Seahawk? Yeah.
Yes.
Went down.
Yeah.
So it's obviously they're probably not related, but it's we never want to see this kind of stuff happen, and our hearts and prayers go out to the families of those folks, especially missing. That's the tough one when they're missing. You don't have the closure that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Hopefully they'll have some kind of some kind of way to go out there and continue to search like they searched for that airplane that went down in Malaysia and things like that. So we're going to wrap it up with old James Comey and his he's really good at testifying about. He's kind of like the Seinfeld of testifying, it seems like.
So he testified in a closed-door hearing. They brought him in to talk to him about the supposed cover-up and how he did the investigation. And he had his counsel with him. He had 2 different lawyers, one from the FBI, one from the DOJ, I believe. And they both basically, every time that he would be asked a question, they would both advise him to, don't answer that question.
Yeah, right.
So not a whole lot of information was gleaned from this hearing. The funny thing is that on the couple pointed questions they asked him about the whole Hillary email investigation, his answer that he used a couple times is that he couldn't really recall much.
Yeah,
and
isn't that
being
weird?
The biggest, probably the biggest investigation of your career, and you can't really remember much about it. That's
and the fact that he's supposed to be known for being incredibly detail oriented,
right?
And then all of a sudden things get a little fuzzy.
Yep.
And it's not like it was a day or two. This was kind of ongoing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then he got kind of called out on that, and then he claimed his defense for that is that even as a director, he was unaware of many of the happenings in the agency. So there was a lot of stuff.
That work?
Yeah, exactly. So a really good director, evidently. So
yeah, and then you've got these guys running all kinds of things beneath your nose that, for somebody that's supposed to be in charge of the entire department or the entire agency and they're doing all these things, and all of a sudden you don't know about them. I just can't see or understand why that happens.
Makes no sense.
It's funny. It's like when people walk into the chambers of the Congress or wherever they're going to do this stuff. Their memories. They must have the blinker thing from Men in Black, because everyone walks in there and everything just goes fuzzy. No idea why. So, well, that's the hard-hitting stuff. Now it's time for the fun stuff.
And before we get into freestyle, I got an unwritten flashback follow-up that I read last night.
Hit me with it.
Hit me, baby, one more time. There are Britney Spears. Way to bring it in there. There are serious talks now among the college football playoff committee.
There are.
They are looking at going with the Ocho in the bracket there. So
that'd be very nice
if that happens.
And it's really hard to believe that somebody floated a whole bunch more money along with
Shocker.
this. Yeah, that the tune started to change. Yep. And I, for one, I mean, we've had this discussion, but I think we did lay some numbers on how many years, though, it would be until they come up with the 18. Because I think they're locked into like a 10-year, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I think it's with ESPN, right? Are they in cahoots with something?
ESPN runs all
everything,
of college football.
So I think whatever contract it is, I think they said runs through like 2023 or something like that. Yeah. But the thought is that they could install this before that contract runs out.
Oh, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. So,
you're all going to make a whole bunch more money. No. Let's not. Wait a minute. Let's not be prudent here, and let's just put it off another 6 years.
So I don't know if they could do it next year, if that's too quick, but hopefully within a couple years we got it rolling. That'd be nice.
I would think only because of stadium situations and putting together the logistics of these events that a year may be a little too fast.
Yeah.
But I could certainly see in 2020.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
And I would just think it would be so fun. And see, then we could go bucket list for that, because if you've got all those games, I mean, you could tie in 7 or 8 days. You could tie in a lot of dang good football games, especially. And I hope they don't go neutral field like they do for the conference championships, like in the Pac-12, because the Coliseum was empty this year. It was a complete joke. There was like 15 people and a couple bums that got free tickets.
There you go.
From scalpers. But no, I just hope that they can, because you imagine how raucous that would be if you got to go to Alabama in December.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that it's actually rather decent weather in the southeast.
One of the few places that you get some good weather.
Exactly. So, but also on the flip side, if you had Ohio State in late December, I mean, that could get a little interesting.
Yep.
Northwestern's never going to be there. Maybe like a Syracuse. They play in the Dome, though, the Carrier Dome.
I think you're right. Yep.
There we go. So, well, now we're going to get into the real, whatchamacallit, the freestyle. That's the one that we're looking at.
The meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes. You got what do you got on deck for me?
So I got kind of a serious one, and then I got two fun ones.
Okay.
So we'll hit the serious one
let's
first.
Get the hard stuff out of the way.
Your thoughts, and I think we kind of know our thoughts on this, but the thoughts on the Twitter mob going out of its way to dig up tweets from like 5, 6, 7 years ago
from what's his name?
Kyler Murray. Yeah, so that's what my example is from the Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma, Kyler Murray, who said some stupid thing when he was 14 years old, and they're going to try to, bring him down for that. Who didn't say something stupid when they were 14?
Well, yeah, we've all done stupid things. Now, what I will say, the Twitter mob is always going to be the Twitter mob, and you're never going to change that. But as in everything else that I try to, when I talk, is you got to take responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he said it, and it was out there, and he left it out there. That's what is really surprising. It's like, bro, you're up for you're a Major League Baseball player with a $4.5 million contract already, and you've got prospects of being in the NFL. You're up for the Heisman. Hire somebody. Get one of the TAs or something in one of your classes on basket weaving
go clean
it up. Here's my password. It's Kyler123, my Twitter account, and go through the dang thing and wipe it.
What I thought was pretty interesting, though, is that USA Today is the one that ran the big expose on this whole thing.
And
they got flamed to no end. People saying how stupid it was for them to try to, bring this dude down for something like that he made some crude comment when he was 14 years old.
But they pick and choose. I mean, Kevin Hart, the same thing happened to him.
Yep.
Okay, and I don't even know what Hart said, but if anyone has watched Kevin Hart, he's a pretty. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, he's going to come at you guns blazing.
It's all fair game.
And so that's the thing. And they're comedians.
Yeah.
Comedians say and get away with damn near the worst stuff on earth. Yep. And the Oscars, what did they like? Watch his Kitty movie with Mark Wahlberg, and that's like, or whoever it was, and John Cena, I don't know who it was, but say, oh, well, that's who he is. He doesn't cuss or anything like that. It's like, why don't you go ahead and check out one of his Netflix specials, and you'll see that. And it's the Oscars. Look who the Oscars has celebrated in the past who is in all kinds of trouble.
They got a lot of
skeletons in their closet. Whether it's the Weinsteins or who's the Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys. And what's funny now, I find, is that I'm watching a show or something, and in fact, it was Kevin Spacey was some part. It was the Santa Claus 3, I believe.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Kim loves the Santa Claus. So we were not this past weekend, the weekend before, it came up on the old television, and we're watching it. All of a sudden, Kevin Spacey had some kind of cameo where he was a fairy or something that popped in, and I'm like, it just, now you know what this stuff is like, and he's playing a fairy in a kid's movie, and you're like, and I mean, it's allegedly, allegedly everything, but you have, it just, man, it's sad. It is sick. Really, it just, I can't stand seeing that stuff. But back to your point, okay, so you have USA Today going after Kyler Murray, but then you had a whole bunch of people going after USA Today. Mm-hmm. It fits a narrative for the bitching and moaning that people want to do, right. And so that's why this kind of stuff, and it's all content, it's clicks, it's views, it's all of those things. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. I don't like that he said this stuff. I don't condone that, but we all, like you said, exactly what you said. We all did dumb stuff when we were kids, and it's in the past, and we can say the same thing we've always said. Thank goodness that we didn't have that crap. But kind of on his parents. Why at 14 does he have a Twitter account?
Right.
What does he need a Twitter account for?
Yeah, that's true.
I just I can't get behind that. So, well, it is Christmas time, so we're gonna keep up on the old Christmas story.
All right.
On the well, not story.
As my next two are Christmas related.
Oh, they are?
We're flowing right into
Okay, well, hold on now. Maybe I'll cheat.
Don't cheat.
I'm not cheating.
Good. No, I'm cool with Christmas stuff.
No, I don't know. Now I want to change it because if you got two, because I'm sure that actually they're probably fairly related.
Oh, okay.
If you and I have anything to do with each other. I don't know if I want even to go with the serious one or if. Hold on, let me look at because I have all of my different notes here.
Yeah.
Which one do I want to go? You go with your next one.
Next one?
Choose one. Sorry.
Okay, it's kind of a quick one. In terms of Christmas presents, what's your
See? That's what I was going to say.
Nice. Did you have a tradition of doing, a couple on Christmas Eve and the rest on Christmas morning? Or in terms of opening presents, did you have a ritual?
See, mine was going to be what is acceptable number of Christmas presents for your wife. What's that? Wow. What's that number?
Well, see, she's watching, so
she is.
I need to think about that.
Hey, she's talking trash too, right? So we have two different traditions. A little bit. Our tradition for Christmas Eve is we do dinner or whatever like that. Come home, relax, and whether we watch Christmas Vacation or whatnot, regardless. Wes buys presents, huh? No, he doesn't. Getting flamed. But then we put the kids down, or they go to bed. Brandon's 19, so he's whatever. But
you don't need to put him to bed.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to go to bed. But then Kim and I exchange our gifts on Christmas Eve at like midnight. After we've done, Santa's been here and we kicked his ass up the chimney. But no, so then. And the kids each get to open one gift Christmas Eve, and I think we kind of go back and forth though on what we're going to allow them to open. Either they get to pick out of a certain number of them, or there's a spider right there. Look at that. Come here, little buddy. Look at that. If my buddy Wade was watching, he'd be freaking out right now. It's a big spider. Anyway, so it's. And then we little gift, nothing big, no major, no like game changers or anything like that. But it's that's how we roll.
Yeah. For me, it started. I don't know. I would say sometime, 7, 8, 9 years old, somewhere in there maybe. Because as far back as I can remember, when it first started, we weren't allowed to do any Christmas Eve stuff, and then the rules got kind of laxed as I got older. So I would say maybe 8-ish, 9-ish years old, then we started doing the one on Christmas Eve.
You didn't get it until you were that?
Probably because we nagged my parents so much, but
Uncle Will's getting in trouble.
So yeah, it's now kind of been a thing where, and now that we have kids, now I'm getting even more fast and loose with the rules because we open more than one on Christmas Eve sometimes. So because my wife will tell me I'm a big kid and I can't really wait. So
you're that guy? Really? You can't wait till Christmas?
It's one more day.
Yeah, so just wait it. Come on, man.
No, I don't have to open them all, but maybe more than one. Maybe two.
Two? Do you get to pick them, or does Tia get to pick them?
I think she can pick them. Oh, geez, here we go. See?
Yep. That's why I did that.
Yeah, I know.
So you're big. You have a bow on your head. Tell me you're wearing a onesie you're wearing Ralphie's onesie from Christmas Story.
You get the pajamagrams, the footy jammies going on.
Do you really?
No.
Oh boy! Wow! Because you were there was going to be a big ball of fire right here for you. Okay, so then you go down. There's people that I know that go full on wait till like the afternoon on Christmas to make their, they get the Santa crap or stuff.
Stocking
excuse me.
Stuff,
yeah. No, Santa brings his gifts and all that. And then, but they wait like the family. And my family used to do that. We do the Santa stuff, but then we'd travel down to my grandparents. It'd be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, what the heck? We're all just, I've about worn a hole in the flooring because I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, no. Now we in the morning though. Then we do, because we're up early. The kids they're up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Brandon isn't as early now as Derek is, but so we do it all that with us. We do all just the four of us, and then we go to the different families and all that stuff. So, well, we're staring down the barrel of the college bowl season, and I'm actually I'm two-parter here, but that being said, it is also the beginning of Saturday NFL games.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Saturday NFL games?
I guess I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'd much rather have Saturday than a Thursday. I'm not a big Thursday guy.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's gimmicky to me, and then plus I know all the players hate it, and that's the injury rate goes up and all that kind of good metrics
I actually think that they secretly like it.
Yeah.
And this is why. Because they get a 10-day break between their next game, and they get 4. They got to work their errands off, and as long as they don't have any major injuries and things like that.
Yeah. But
I actually think they kind of dig it because they actually get a weekend off during the year.
True. Yeah.
But I like it if it's a rainy Saturday or something like that. Yeah. But a lot of times, this time of year, you got a lot of stuff going on the weekends in December.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
Leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have the playoffs. Usually, we've got like the divisional games are Saturday and Sunday. And,
that's kind of fun.
Well, that's fun because there's 4 games.
Yeah.
And that you're like, because you get to watch all of them.
All
and they're all good games.
Yep, exactly.
I will say, though, that this year, the football schedule for prime time has been dang close to one of the best in a long time. Because, we've got a lot of good games, but like tonight, the Chargers and the Chiefs, the Chefs. Now, we didn't know that they were going to be really good teams, but this is a heck of a team. We got 11-2 and 7-4, something like that.
Yeah.
But the Chargers are a legitimate team.
He is there.
They are a very good team. And after they beat the Steelers last week in Pittsburgh, and there's going to be some trouble in River City, I think, in Pittsburgh.
The Saints have gotten a lot of primetime billing here this year.
They have, and
they got Monday night coming up.
Yep.
So
I've got to say that I think they have the best shot right now of winning it. As long as the playoff train goes through New Orleans.
If they're back in the number 1 seed now, so if they can hang on to the 1 seed and have home field throughout, then we're looking good. I'm a little nervous about the offensive line because they've looked a little. They
don't have many of them, do they? Honestly, they've got a couple of them hurt or something, don't they?
Yeah, is it Armstead, the tackle? One of their main guys is out, but up until the last few weeks, they were the best offensive line in the NFL. In the last 2 games, it's been a little hairy.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can get that shored up heading into the playoffs here. But yeah, the big thing is holding on to the number 1 seed. So we got Carolina coming up this Monday night. Next Sunday after that is hosting the Steelers. Mm-hmm. And then they finish off with Carolina at home. So this coming Monday is Carolina on the road, and they finish off with 2 home games. So hopefully they can win out, and obviously they control their own destiny. So if they win out, they hang on to the number 1 seed, and that's the most important. So
what happened to Carolina?
I don't know. Same thing with Atlanta. Atlanta is
but they've
4-8 or whatever. So I don't know.
They have forgotten how to play football or something like that. I do not understand it. But
because for the last few years, Atlanta and Carolina have been, pretty good teams, along with the Saints. It's always been the Bucs that are at the bottom of the division, but the other 3 teams in the South have been good. But this year, I'm very surprised to see Atlanta at 4-8 or whatever they are. They're well under 500. So
yeah, that's. But I really think that coming out of the NFC, that your team has a really good shot at it, and I think that the AFC is going to be a better playoff.
Yeah.
Than the NFC.
Yeah.
That's my take on that. But okay, what do you got for me?
Oh, next topic?
Mm-hmm.
It's I guess my third and final topic here is who's in charge of the Christmas decorating of the house.
Oh, yeah.
We can split it up, inside versus outside. Who takes the lead on the outside hanging of the Christmas lights on the house versus decking out the inside of the house? I'm
outside, Kim's inside.
That's me too.
I will say that I do like to participate in the inside to some degree. She is our Christmas leader, though. She is the commander-in-chief in all things Christmas and most everything else. But yeah, I'll handle the outside stuff, and then inside we'll go. We do the normal decorations until we go. So this is how this goes, though. When it's tree time, this is where things get a little skewed. Tree time, Kim hands out the decorations to the 3 of us, Brandon, Derek, and me.
Whoa.
And we place them upon the tree. Now, this is why that is. Because she wants to make sure that we don't break it coming out of the box. Exactly.
Rifling through stuff.
Exactly. Because she's got some really, some handmade stuff, some things from her mom and things like that. So she'll have that, and she wants to make sure, and then we, very carefully. In fact, it doesn't matter though, because she's 2.5 feet away from the damn tree, and I still break them. And I mean, I think I've broken 2 or 3 over the years. Ornaments.
I think something that happened to us a couple years ago where a lot of things. See, I knew this was a bad subject because I'm going to get flamed to no end on this because I'm not a big fan of decorating.
You're not? It's a family thing, man.
You're just giving her ammo now.
What do? You sit over there and you watch
Die Hard. No,
he's that guy, aren't you?
No,
sitting over there, he got a cold Pabst blue ribbon. Get out of the way from me.
I'll hang like
Grinch.
I'll hang like 4 ornaments and then I'm done.
What? You do it with the kids, man.
No, not with a 2-year-old.
Why not?
Because everything's
you don't broken. Give him the expensive ones. I guarantee you, Tia is making ornaments with them of some sort, aren't you, Tia? So she's making an ornament as she got out in there, and he's got some, he's flipping you off or something like that.
Well, if you give him some, he's just going to take it and run. He's not going to put it on the
Well, I would too if I had to stare down the barrel of Dad that doesn't want to hang out with me on the couch all night long. Yep, that's it. He's the Lionel Richie of Christmas decorating.
Easy like couch. Sunday morning.
Yeah, exactly. Right? No, so what you do is you wrangle the kids. You don't use that as an excuse that he likes to run. You take control of the situation, Wes. Okay, you say, "Dang it, Alan, get over here. We're going to have fun, damn it."
Yeah, exactly.
And you get him with his. You take the hook that is the old paper clip, because it's a paper thing or something like that. Or you remember the cookies or the things you used to bake? They looked like turds, but they were you baked them in the oven. You made them in like preschool and stuff. You remember that?
They're like little salt dough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've got some of those.
Exactly. So he makes something like that in his easy bake oven. And then you hold him as he's wiggling, and you just have him put that on the tree. And he could do that 3 or 4 times, and you could get your rear end up off the couch. Come on. Yeah, right? You don't see him writing it down. But it's, so no, it's, you gotta, and as the kids get older, you'll probably, you'll hopefully, you won't use, my hip hurts, I can't get up. Now, do you do the whole house in one fell swoop one day?
No, it's
you don't break it all down?
A progressive kind of deal, because I'll do the outside lights, and then there's a couple little pieces of outdoor decor that Tia will set up on like the front porch or whatever, and then we kind of like do things in stages, because then we'll do, wrapping the garland around the banister coming down the stairs with the lights, and then the tree. Then we've got some other, tchotchkes that go on the fireplace and whatnot. But no, it's not a one day thing. It's kind of a phased introduction, phased rollout. So to speak.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
you're like the Walmart of Christmas decorating.
I definitely try to do. I mean, I think this year we had an issue with something. I can't remember what it was now. It's been like 2 weeks. I can't remember back that far.
Yeah, right.
But try to get all the outside lights done in one day, one afternoon or whatever. But then we kind of plod along on the inside.
Well, we go. We'll usually do a little bit, here and there. Kim will kind of roll it out a little bit, and then we'll do one big fell swoop one day of bust it all down. And I think a lot of that is so that we don't have a bunch of boxes and stuff out. We want to have the boxes available, or we put them away and whatnot. But it's just a fun thing, and we have I don't know. I've always been a big Christmas guy. I'm a big fan of it, and I love
we had the stockings. Tia had put the stocking hangers out and set up the stockings, but then we have to take them down after a while, because Alan's going to go over there and start yanking the stocking and stuff. So I mean, there's stuff, and same thing with like the Christmas tree ornaments. You can only decorate the top half of the Christmas tree, because
so you've got like a bare midget Christmas tree.
You got to leave the bottom half naked, because again, he's going to grab stuff and run with it, and he is big into throwing. This dude's going to throw a pigskin a quarter mile when he's in high school.
Throw it over that mountain.
That's right. Man, this kid grabs stuff and chucks it across the room. He's got an arm for a 2-year-old. So that's our biggest fear with the ornaments, is that he's going to grab something and across the entire living room.
Just wait till he pulls the tree down.
Yeah.
That's going to be the most fun. He'd be like, Dad, you should participate. Bang. He's going to pull it down. Now, we already went over fake and real Christmas trees, right? But
yeah, this year was an issue, but yeah.
Yeah, what was the deal? I wanted to ask you about that. Yeah. What was the...
So we always go to Farrell Farms up here off 362nd or whatever it is, and the weekend we were going to go, I got home from work Friday night. It was last Friday night. Got home from work Friday night. We were going to go first thing Saturday morning to get a tree. And so I went on their website to check what time they open on Saturday. And they had this announcement at the top saying, due to drought conditions this summer and a poor growth season, that they were closing effective that day on Friday. So they closed the day I was reading the message. And they also noted, they said, be sure to call, if you're thinking about going somewhere else, be sure to call ahead, because there's a lot of farms in the area that are in the same boat.
Really?
And so I was reading, some people were commenting below it, and they were saying, yeah, we've checked X, Y, and Z tree farms, and they're all closed as well. So I think they were all blaming it on a drought this summer.
Where did you end up going?
We didn't. We used the the fake tree that Tia won at Girls Night Out. So it actually was perfect timing, because we were going to put that upstairs, because we've got a little alcove outside of our master bedroom before the laundry room, a nice little corner niche. We were going to put the artificial tree that Tia won there and put the real one downstairs in the living room. So we had it all set up upstairs, and then come to find out the tree farm was closed. So that night, I did a little He-Man. I grabbed the tree all in one piece and carried it down the stairs in one piece. I don't want to.
Wow! How did you do that without taking the ornaments off?
I think 3 fell off. But they're not all. They were all non-breakable ornaments that were on there. But yeah, I tried to keep it as upright as possible, because upstairs we have 8-foot ceilings, so I had to kind of tweak it. But once I get to the staircase, we got like the 2-story open vault in the entryway, and then downstairs are 9-foot ceilings. So once I made it out of the hallway upstairs, I could get it back upright. So stuff.
Did you record this because you?
No, Tia was on the. Speaking of sitting on the couch or whatever, Tia was on the phone with her mom or something when this was happening. So I muscled the whole thing down myself.
This would be ratings gold to watch you
been
manhandling a fake Christmas tree
full
of ornaments.
What was hilarious is we had just put the kids to bed, and Alton
thought it was Santa Claus coming stealing the damn Christmas tree.
Probably so, because he can look out his bedroom door at that corner of the hallway. He can look right down the hallway and see where the tree was. So he sees me moving. He sees the tree disappear.
He sees the Grinch taking the damn tree.
He starts yelling.
There's somebody stealing the tree, Dad.
So I'm trying to move this tree, and I'm trying not to laugh. I'm laughing at him because he's yelling that somebody's stealing the tree. It was great.
Mom, who's stealing the damn tree? Come on.
So that was good times. So that was our fun Griswold family Christmas moment for this year, is having to migrate the fake tree from upstairs to downstairs.
So that's pretty classic though. You got to move it upstairs and down. I like that.
Well, yeah, Tia hauled it up because she went and picked it up from DeWill's that day. So she hauled it upstairs in pieces and assembled it while I was at work.
It was in pieces. I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought it was all.
So it's the three sections.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
She put it together and got all the ornaments on it. But then I didn't want to.
Take it apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like reading the directions. Why the hell would you do that?
I'm just going to grab a hold of this thing and carry her off. So.
Wow. I mean, I don't want you to break the tree, but if you had just fallen lightly, that would have been awesome.
What was really, I had a big issue turning the corner coming down the stairs because the little, speaking of Christmas occasion, fix the newel post. Yeah. The little doodad at the top of the stairs.
Yes.
As I'm coming around the corner, because the tree is pre-lit, it's got the lights in it.
Oh, yeah.
One of the light cords,
pre-lit, kind of like us at a Christmas
party. That's right. One of the light cords caught the newel post at the top, and so I'm backing up and coming back, and I did it like 6 times. Every time it would catch, and I couldn't get my arm around there to like try to free the thing. So,
and if Tia wasn't on the damn phone, she could have helped.
Exactly.
Way to go, Tia. See, I'm back in your team.
Thank you. Appreciate this guy. I needed some help from all the flamage.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it took me like 5 minutes to round the corner of the stairs because this stupid light cord kept getting caught. But
coming around the corner, here he comes. Yeah. No, he doesn't.
So luckily, no wipeouts occurred. I didn't fall down the stairs while carrying the tree or anything. So
like I said, I don't want because that's a nice tree. I'm sure that it was worth some bucks.
Yeah, you heard the value on that, right?
It was hundreds of dollars.
850 simoleons with all the ornaments on there. That
what kind of wonderful ornaments are on there that cost $850?
It was all a lot of it was like Hobby Lobby
crystals?
Because it still had the tags on them. So Linda Senator Linda Wilson had gone to Hobby Lobby and a bunch of other places. She decorated the tree all herself.
She did that.
That was all. Oh, her.
I thought this was like something that I didn't know that they provided. They did that. I thought it was like all one big package. Like from a store or something.
No, it was on display there at Girls Night Out when Kim and Tia were there.
Really?
They had, I think, 2 or 3 trees up for raffle, and Tia put tickets in this particular tree, and she won it. But it was decorated by Linda. Linda bought all the ornaments and decorated it herself, and then they raffled it off.
I did not know that. Okay, so well, that answers some of my questions.
Yeah, so she had to go back to DeWill's the next day.
I knew she had to. I just didn't know the situation with the ornaments was like that.
Oh, so it was all included, tree ornaments, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like a package, like a pre-thing that you buy at a store or something with all the ornaments. I don't know how the fake tree game runs. So, but it's anyway. Okay, cool. I understand that. So, I was going to ask you. I am going to continue the Christmas thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
If we're going to go, we're all a fan of the Christmas cookies and all that good stuff. And I made myself kind of sick the other day because I love Chex Mix. Okay.
Oh man,
I am a Chex Fix fanatic.
Like the whole party mix with all the different garbage mixed in there.
Yeah. Now, I don't want it to get too crazy with the Cheese Whiz, but I do like it. So we made it
with some like Cajun seasoning, like bam, like Emerald Gossi, with the seasoning in there.
No, we don't go with the spiciness so much as we go heavy salt, because I want to see myself actually like inflate from all the sodium.
Wow.
I don't really want to, but it's so good when it hits your lips. Because and we go gluten free, and it's good.
Yeah.
Because did you know Cheerios are gluten free? Learned something new today.
Like
right?
just old school Cheerios?
Regular Cheerios at the store are gluten-free. It even says it on the box.
What are they? I thought they're not wheat?
Nope. They're made of like oats and barley and crap like that. Yeah.
Wow. Horse food.
Exactly. That's not very far from the truth. So we got Cheerios, we got gluten-free pretzels, which I'll bet you if you had those pretzels, or if you had that mix in general, you would have no idea it was gluten-free. And then rice checks and corn checks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those two. And then we put almonds and cashews in it, which I'm not as big a fan of. I think it was the ones that I got. I don't know. But anyway, so make all of that. We had 2 like huge bags of it. You walk upstairs. That was made on Sunday. Gone.
Yeah.
And it was almost gone yesterday. Sunday absolutely killed it.
And Tia will have to say, because she had a recipe that we did like last year where I don't know what kind of seasoning bonanza went on, but like,
seasoning bonanza.
But it was like some like hot melted. It wasn't really butter.
What is it, Velveeta?
Yeah, like exactly. But wow, it was like a melted liquid seasoning concoction that you just like pour all over it.
Well, yeah, that's what we
toss
do.
It up.
Yeah,
but I can't remember what all the stuff that went into that though, because whatever it was powerful, like spicy.
Really,
and the whole banana.
Well, yeah, you could go. So what we do is it's about 11 pounds of butter, and then a whole bunch of butter, and then either like Johnny's salt, or we use another. What the hell's the other one? Lowry's.
Yeah, we use nature's seasoning, but yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, whatever. It's all this, whatever Top Burger uses on their fries, that kind of stuff. And so yeah, we use that, and it is joyous. So I think we're gonna have to go around 2, because the guy that did the shopping, this guy, got enough for another round.
There it is.
And we couldn't believe it. Even Brandon's like, where did all the Chex Mix go? I have no idea. What are you talking about? What?
Right here.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And wow, there was a lot of profuse sweating going on Monday at the gym because there was a lot of sodium in
the
me.
Salt Lick sweat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But anyway, so I guess getting back to my original question on this.
There was one?
Yes. Right? Or the topic of discussion is what is your favorite snack, like Christmas snack type thing, or top 3, whatever we want to do. But I'm talking like the Chex Mix. Everything pre-Christmas Eve, though. Because you got the Christmas cookies,
right?
You got the sugar cookies, you got the spritz, you got the fudge, you got the almond roca, all that kind of stuff. What's your go-to, or what are your top ones on that?
Chex Mix is definitely up there. I'm a big Chex Mix guy.
Oh,
another thing that we do, it's not necessarily a Christmas thing, although we've done it kind of a pre-Christmas thing, is like the molten cheesy bean dip kind of thing.
Love it.
Where you got like the cream cheese and the cheddar cheese with the refried beans, and you get it all homogenized in the oven, and it's just like, so it's like you hit it with the Fritos. Yeah, the Fritos scoops.
It's so good. I love that kind of stuff.
So that's another big one we do a lot. Trying to think.
What you got? Are you a fudge guy?
I'm not a big sweets guy. I mean, it's take it or leave it. It's not. It's okay, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. That Texas Trash is the name that the cheesy bean dip.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes by a bunch of different names, but yeah. So hopefully she's making some right now. I'm
right. Hint.
Yeah. Hint.
Yeah. Exactly. So you're not big on the sweets, but you more savory type stuff.
Yeah.
See, for me, the continuation of the Chex Mix is Sunday, because my back was all messed up. So Chex Mix, and I got a big can, not a bottle, can of Coke, OG Coke, and I don't have it here, so I went and got a 16-ounce can of it, a bowl of that Chex Mix, and a can of Coke. That's bliss, man.
Where do you get a tall boy at? Like Minute Mart or something, or what?
Yeah, it's just Minute Mart, a tall boy can of Coke. It's 16-ounce can of Coke. Yeah. It is. It's just so good until you're like. Because it is like a salt lick.
Oh yeah.
Your lips are you're gumming them after a while.
Why stop there? Why not just go with the 2 liter?
No, because I want it in a can. There is a difference.
The aluminum chill as opposed
There
to
is
plastic.
a difference between a can of soda and a
Flavor
plastic.
or chill retention?
No, it's flavor. It's
Okay.
like the overall goodness of the soda is better out of a can than out of a
I
bottle.
can concur with that. And although on the flip side, you got the beer connoisseurs that say beer in a bottle is better than a can. So it's kind
Absolutely.
of flip side on that.
But I would put soda out of a bottle up there. I'm talking plastic
bottle.
Plastic is no bueno. You get like a Boylan's or one of the other like Henry's. All the Henry's root beers and all that kind of stuff out of the bottle is phenomenal. Or Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, on point.
And it's nice too with getting it on tap too, because you got the pressurized CO2, so it's ice cold coming out of the tap. Like fountain style. So.
Fountain is tops them all.
Yeah.
Like back when I used to eat Taco Bell, best Pepsi on earth at Taco Bell.
Really?
Don't know why, if they turned up the syrup or what they did, but you go to a movie theater, because I'm a Coke guy over a Pepsi guy, and Pepsi or Coke out of a fountain.
Quick life hack for you in case you didn't know this. My dad told me about this years ago, and it's true because I've paid attention to it. If you like the heavy syrup in your fountain drink, you know how to get that, right?
No, how would I know that?
You tap it, because if you watch like slow motion, when you first hit the tap, the syrup starts first, and then like a half a second later, the carbonated water starts.
Really?
So if you go bam, 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 you're getting straight syrup because you're not giving.
Look
time.
at that, kids. That's why you come here.
Yeah.
You come for the Trump talk, and you stay
for the knowledge.
For the knowledge, right?
So yeah, if you
how do we get more what's that bad sugar as high fructose corn syrup?
So yeah, if you want extra flavor, extra syrup in your Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, whatever
it is,
just rapid fire tap with your cup on the glass, and you'll get a whole bunch of syrup in there because you're not allowing time for the carbonated water to kick in. I like
that. That totally makes sense. Now that you say that, I am going to do that because it's. Like we've said before, I'm a huge like sweet salt and savory type thing, and so at the movie theater or wherever, the big thing popcorn. But you reach like critical mass when you've had so much of it, you just can't take it anymore. But
do you need like the popcorn in the movie theater? Do you need them to do it in layers? So they got you a little scoop in the bottom. You dump butter.
No, I don't want much butter on it. I want just a little bit of butter. I don't like all that butter on it.
Oh man,
I like a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I like a little bit of it, but I don't want it to be like.
What about like cheese?
Up.
Like
now see, okay, if we're going home here, let's break this down. Let's break down our popcorn game here. Now my dad, he went old back in the day when my dad would make popcorn. He would, to this day he still does it. He goes all out. We got butter, we got thyme, we've got I think Parmesan cheese, all kinds of good stuff on it. Now this was some gourmet popcorn, dang good stuff. For me, talk about a life hack. It's not really a life hack. It's just the way I like popcorn. I haven't done it in a while. I need to. So we go popcorn, butter, obviously, garlic in the butter. Okay, so you take
a compound kind of butter.
We mince garlic, put that in the butter, and let it kind of steep a little bit.
Yeah.
While the butter's melting, get it nice and hot. Put that over it, okay? And I'm a layer guy when I make it at home, so that I can toss it well, because otherwise I don't want it all in one layer there.
Yeah,
it's just the butter at the theater. It's just not that good to me. And then here's where it gets good. You got that goodness all over it. You got the salt, maybe a little seasoning. Secret Aardvark hot sauce in the popcorn. Bam. That's legit.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, because I haven't tried that, but what I have done before, in addition to what you're talking about with the garlic butter, getting the minced garlic and butter all homogenized and then dump it over, same thing I've done with minced jalapeno.
Oh, okay.
And dump that in the butter.
Now that would kick it up a notch.
Get that all swirled around, and then you get your little real fine minced jalapeno tossed in there with your popcorn.
See, I've got to watch the jalapeno though, because like a fresh jalapeno like that, it will tear me apart. Yeah. I mean, it will make my stomach not feel good if I eat because you'll catch the seeds and stuff
Well,
like that.
If you cut it ahead of time,
Yeah.
because if you're going to mince it, you can cut it in half ahead of time and hit it with the spoon and get the ribs and the seeds out of there to mellow it out. So.
Or see, I am a huge fan of pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
Love those things. I haven't had those. I need to get some, I think.
Walmart has like this big 72-ounce jar that we got.
Go along with your Costco barrel of mayo.
Yeah.
Just mayo and jalapenos. That sounds like a good Saturday afternoon, doesn't it, Wes?
Side note, though, tomorrow night, ABT is going down.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I had Tony hit me up about
though,
those.
But not on smoker. We're not doing but oven's okay. I'm not gonna
Hey, you can't be picky with those.
Yeah.
No, that in fact, Tony hit me up about the Morales on the other day on the old text machine.
Yeah?
Yeah, asking me about those. So that's poor Will. What is it? Poor me what?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
About you not getting along with jalapenos.
Oh, no, I have to watch it. I mean, it's the seeds that get me.
Yeah.
They just give me a stomach ache if I eat too, because I love spicy food, but it just if I have too much of it, it's bad news. I'm just drinking the Pepto like mainlining that stuff. So I'm going to give you another one here. We're going to follow up with my final topic of the evening as we continue to squirrel on and on. Do we have too many college bowl games?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Really? I think we might have talked about this, but more along the lines of, I know that everyone makes money and the kids have fun. I like the fact that they get to continue practicing. That's one of the main reasons. And you know what? If it's next Tuesday night and I'm bored, bang, guess what I'm watching? I got a football game.
Are you going to watch like the...
Yep.
The two D3 schools playing in the Minutia Bowl?
No, I watched did you watch, don't you watch the FCS? Isn't that what it's called? The playoffs?
Well, yeah, the formerly D2.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching North Dakota State the other day on Saturday.
Nah.
A little bit. Really?
Yeah.
Why? It's football, man. You got nothing else to watch right now. You're watching the reruns of the baseball winter meetings, aren't you?
Die Hard.
How many times do you watch Die Hard?
I haven't watched it yet this year. I've been begging my wife, and she won't have it. So
really, Tia, you're not going to let the man watch Die Hard? He's got, he's not going to decorate or do anything else. He doesn't think
it's a Christmas movie. It's a big argument every year.
It doesn't matter what time of year it is. You can watch Die Hard on July 18th. It's a dang good movie.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, we've been hitting the. Like I said, I think we've gotten 2 of the 3 Toy Stories.
We did that too.
No, Santa Clauses. Yeah. I think that's actually a relatively cute movie. It's all right. It is what it is. But football, it is a Christmas movie, okay? Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah. Please remember. What was that?
Never forget.
Never forget, yeah. Nakatomi Plaza.
Christmas Party 1988. Yeah.
See? It's a Christmas party. So why isn't it a Christmas movie, Tia?
Yeah.
Gee Louise, what are we going to do?
They say Merry Christmas during the movie. It's a Christmas movie.
And Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a better Christmas greeting? When I go into Fred Meyer and they're ringing a bell, they're Yippee-Ki-Yay, mother. That's how they greet me.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, so no, I don't think there's too many bowl games, and that it's a good experience with everyone, and I'm not watching some other ridiculous thing on ESPN or whatever. I will watch the Blazers or something like that over, the Arthritis Tech and Happy Normal. But
it's because some of this, I guess, what kills me more than anything is some of the sponsors and the names of the game. Like,
I think that
like Flinger's Hush Puppies Bowls. And,
exactly. Yeah.
What is that about?
Oh no, I can get behind you on that one. That's hold on.
There's like a Meineke Car Care Bowl a couple years ago.
Actually, the Meineke Bowl, I think that one's actually relatively close to the granddaddy of them all. I mean, New Year's Day.
Yeah, right.
There's because that's how but you got the Pinstripe Bowl, which I get behind because of the Yankees.
Yeah.
But other than that, some of them are. I mean, you got like the Trojan Bowl. Magnum Bowl. Everyone's just running around, not having kids. Free for all, but no. Hopefully the kids aren't there to you watching. Hey Dad, what's the Trojan Magnum Bowl? Don't worry about that. Anyway, you got anything else for us?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
You squandered a perfectly good hour.
You could have been watching kids decorate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Squandered a perfectly good hour. Oh, how many times have we said that?
Yeah.
Well, this has been Kinetic Chaos Podcast number 67. We hope you guys have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. I try to pull my microphone off my lapel here. Anything else?
I got nothing. I think we're good to go.
We are good to go. Thank you guys for watching and gals for watching, listening, being wonderful. And the countdown is here. 12 days to Christmas begins.
Yes, indeed.
We go. There we go. Facebook.
Thanks for tuning in and watching my wife pick on me.
Yeah, right. Where's
fantastic.
My plug-in thing?
I don't know where the plug-in's at.
There.
All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Whoever's left out there, we'll see you next week.
It's just Tia.
Same time, same channel.
Right?
See ya.